Thank you so much, Ajit. There's a few other members that are not here. I know it's going to be Maghrib right very soon or now, but I want to thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here, but I also want to introduce my brother, someone that I've spent a lot of time working with, someone that I'm really, really proud of, that has worked hard, and that when I look at Ontario and I try to find someone that reminds me of myself, it's this man, okay? That put in the hard work, did a lot of work for the community from end to end of the GTA, supported the cause, never was disheartened from anything that happened, and ultimately persevered. My friend Shafqat Ali, the Member of Parliament from Brampton Centre.
Good evening, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Abdul Rauf Khan and Friends of Canada-Pakistan Association for your kind invitation, and it's truly an honor to be here. I know I was supposed to be here in December 25th last year, and then Omicron hit, and we postponed, and here I'm back today here. Bilal, my brother, and your team, and all the pioneers of our community. I have no word to express my gratitude for you guys for putting this evening together. I think we have taken a lot, I think it's about an hour, because if I start speaking, I don't know how much time I have. There's so much I have to say, and I just want to take the liberty that, know how long I have, and then I can summarize things accordingly. It's great to know that our association, Friends of Canada-Pakistan Association, it's going to be 60 years old. That's what I heard, right? It's a Pakistan Canada Association that is coming to celebrate 60 years soon, right? That's a great to know. Normally, an organization that they don't have a good foundation don't get to last that long. And I appreciate those pioneers and all of the people who have put their work into it and taking the legacy of that organization. And I also would like to recognize the Muslim Association of Surrey First. I don't know where to start, and because things are kind of mixed up. I just want to start off by recognizing being as Canadian. I'm truly proud to be Canadian, and I'm grateful to the people of Brampton Centre who gave me an opportunity to represent them in a House of Commons. Canada is a multiculturally rich country. I just had a chance to attend an event in Edmonton. It's a heritage festival. And it was so amazing to see 60 countries had their pavilions into that heritage festival, where everyone had different dresses, different art, different food, maybe different language. But as a Canadian, they all got together to celebrate being as a Canadian. And that's why our Prime Minister always said that diversity is our strength. And that's what makes Canada a great country in the whole world. So I'm truly honored and proud to be Canadian and sitting in the House of Commons where we're able to make a difference for Canadians. And I think it's COVID had proved that the government who cares for Canadians. When COVID hit, I was not a member of Parliament. I'm a self-employed. We had a life and death situation. Nobody knew where it's gonna go, how we're gonna deal with it. Maybe we're gonna live or die, how we're gonna pay our bills. We were all sitting at home. And this Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party team stood up, put Canadian first, and had Canadians back so we can go through that crucial time. With those measures taken, not only we have maximum rate of vaccination in G7, our GDP growth is higher on G7, and we're rebounding, we're rocking back in the recovery, in economic recovery. How I started as getting involved in politics. When I see Bilal, it reminds me myself. I got involved in politics to go and help out my member of parliament at the time. This was Iraq war area. My member of parliament, she stood up, who could express my feeling towards that, and who stood up to Canadian government. She was part of the government, that without UN approval, we would not go into war. Those were my sentiments. And what happened next? Two sitting MPs, they were competing each other in a nomination. And I felt obligation to go out and help that member of parliament who stood up for the right cause. It's just a motivation just to go out and help her, just because she spoke what I wanted my government to do. With that day, going out, helping her, she became member of parliament, and I was elected as an EDA member, executive, and from there, that time, I never stopped helping other candidates, whether they're provincial, federal, or municipal. I ran for school board trustee in 2006, finished at second, but that never stopped me going and helping out. And I think it would be fair to say I was able to help at least 4 member parliament. I was able to make a difference in their nomination and in their election. Never thought of running myself. I didn't go to help that I will be running one day, like Bilal does. Bilal and I have worked together on many occasions. He comes in Mississauga to help some candidates from here. That's a passion he has and I have. And I think it's opportunity coming, knocking Bilal's door today. So someone just said that this is history is being made. Win or lose is a different story. But first Muslim running for council in Surrey, that's history is being made. And honestly, I proudly support Bilal. He is an amazing person. It's not just he's a Muslim, but he stands out for everyone. He actually helped many people, whether in Ottawa, whether in Ontario, in the Liberal Party. He organized many fundraisers for the party. He's an amazing human being. And him and I, we normally, once in a month, at least we talk, we exchange our views. He would be an amazing candidate, and it will make a real difference in the city of Surrey, because he always put people first and the cause first. So I'm happy to support Bilal, and I would request all of you. Look, it is, I was 10 when my father passed away. Never knew someone born in Pakistan in a village who would come to Canada, started with nothing, and this beautiful country has so much to offer. It's always up to you to discover. If you keep working with the passion, with sincerity, you're able to make a difference. We're living in this society, we're living in this country. This country has given us so much. It is our responsibility to share our time, to contribute, to give that time to our civic duties, to get involved, get engaged. If you don't get engaged, especially I'm talking to the Muslims, immigrants, they have gone through a lot, different communities and different times. But if you don't work for this, just remember that 10 years of our time. In last campaign, Muslim community was targeted. Only 4 women, they had to take oath keeping their hijab on. But they made their political platform. Bill C-51, if you think about it, all immigrants from third world countries, particularly Muslims, they were being targeted, that you would become a second-class citizen. And if we had any case against you in your country, for example, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India, any bureaucrat could revoke your citizenship. That was a law at the time. And Jason Kenney, being an immigration minister, his thought was to bring model of Middle East, that you come here, you work, you get less money, and then when you're at the age, you go back. If we don't work as hard as we did in 2014 and 15, the next election, it would be really tough, and the leadership from other side, that might be worse than Harper. So we need to remind ourselves that this is really important, to send Bilal in a city and to work with every politician, that your vote counts and it matters. Muslim community's vote was less than 20% before 2015. But in 2015, it became almost 80%. And even in the last election, it went a little bit down. But don't be reactive, that if you're being pushed somewhere and then you can come out, it might be too late. So I think it's our collective responsibility to educate ourselves for the importance of the vote, and send your kids to do volunteers. Because they're the next generation, we have to pass on the torch. Like someone has trained Bilal Cheema and other youngsters. So we have to make their habits to get involved and engage. And it's really important, and especially as an immigrant, because this is our country. People used to say, they would refer for someone, oh, he's a Canadian. I'm like, no, I'm not a less Canadian. We all are Canadians. This is our country. This is our city. We have to start thinking that way. We need to own it. And we need to contribute, like our pioneers have done. So, in any campaign, it's really important to raise funds, because especially in the municipal,
you don't have a party name, it's just your own name. Bilal would need a lot of volunteers, Bilal would need a lot of funds, and I think we all need to chip in. And also, I will take this opportunity, I sit on the immigration committee. I need to hear from you what your thoughts on, what are the things you want us to work on or study on. If you feel like there's some areas of immigration that needs improvement, send me an email. And if you want to bring forward any witnesses, or they want to have opportunity to be included, to be heard from immigration committee, I'll be happy to work on that. With that, I think it's taken 15 minutes. Thank you so much again. It's an honor to be here. I wish all the best with Bilal and whole team. Although I have one of my colleagues running as well, so I might get in trouble. But Bilal, thank you so much for having me, and thank you, Rauf Khan. Thank you.